Hello. Happy, happy, happy day. Praying everyone is having wonderful. Praying everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful moment as we are sharing this time together. I'm feeling really good today. Um, Wanted to share a couple of things before I leave this conscious plane. Um, First thing is about my own health and personal vitality. Um, I experienced a major shift in this last week, and I will only say this: I had not recognized that I had it within me to make such a shift based on, let's say, my physical condition, my physical health, and the challenges I've had over the last number of years. They're not huge by anyone, most people's standards of what's challenging for their lives. But I allowed myself to move into a belief of limitation. My body was limited, my physical mobility was limited, and um, what I wanted to share about that is that Spirit put me in the place to be able to witness another woman limping around, doing her day-to-day job on her feet for hours. I watched her for hours do this. And it had occurred to me, I didn't know for sure what the cause behind her limping was, but that the fact that she wasn't using a cane or a walker, as I felt more comfortable doing most of the time, I began to realize how much it was still all my belief system that was needed some tweaking. So I acknowledged the gift of what I witnessed, especially when I was leaving this place, and we had a brief conversation that acknowledged that her condition was exactly the same thing that had happened with me. Post hip replacement went well, and then boom, a bone broke near it, and hers was almost exactly a year ago. Mine was about 2 years ago. So we shared just a few moments of being in this club because, as she said, and I was told at the time, maybe it's about 2% of people who have these kinds of injuries following a hip replacement. And I thought, wow, what's the chance I would run into this person? So thank you, Spirit. And consequently, my meditation following brought me to be aware of my body and my feeling of discomfort or pain, and to really be in the conscious blessing of that. But I don't need to preempt living, waiting, and presuming that my discomfort is going to be big or even barely noticeable. So that may seem trivial, but for me it was a huge shift, and I've been moving faster. I've been walking another 1,000 or more steps a day. So far, I'm cooking my meals that I hadn't done in years. It's just been a glorious shift. So I wanted to share that because maybe someone else listening is going to find that they've had limitations that they've accepted as reality, when in fact all the healing cannot just take place by wishing it to be so, but by choosing to allow the feeling of letting that go. I don't know how else to describe it. We've had lessons many times about surrendering and letting go. I thought I got that, but this was something very big for me. So that's the first little thing. Uh, well, big thing for me. And the second thing I wanted to share is I've talked a couple of times about the spiritual cleansing technique of centering and filling in our auric field with light. And I wanted to just another little couple of statements about this. And that is, over the years, Spirit has shared with me that yes, there are tools that people can use to clear the field around them, to their own field, the room, the space that they're in. And those things can be anything from saging to essential oils to, physical clearing and cleaning. And all those things are tools. But all of that will be the most effective when they're not done as if the tool itself is the magic, but that you are the magic. You are the presence that brings life and light and clearing and all of that desired result from within your being. So just reminding you to look at that thing, that if we're Saging, for example, with anger and fear, the effectiveness is very minimal. If we're doing any of these tools with that sense of mm, chasing away evil and being, defensive to it, it can be very temporary and very limited in its result. So kind of think about that. So I don't judge any of those things, and I've played with all of that. But it's holding that intention clearly of your own being, your own physical, emotional, and mental bodies being cleared, and through that, extending and the clearing to anything around you. So that's my message of today for that. And maybe you can tell by the color I'm wearing today that just before I was starting this, I got nudged to go grab one of my purple shirts. So have fun, enjoy, and I'll be back in a little while. I am that I am, all light indeed, in the violet flame we dance, and if we have this opportunity, my dears, I would please welcome this dance. How be you, my glorious friends? For this is the day that I am here to tell you just a little bit more about what we refer to as your I am presence. So many lessons and gifts have been shared with you about using the statements and affirming decree of I am appropriately and more effectively in your life. But I'm going to share with you about what it is what we mean by the I am presence. That is that aspect of your field of light, which is the great tube of light that is within and around you, connecting you to source. That is that energetic, let us say, holding place for all of your bodies to align and to experience the most power, the most full, direct resources that are available to you. So if you are consciously or otherwise being in a mode of what is called channeling, that is achieved to receive and to flow in the energies of the highest of spirit that are aligned in source with you and in that part of being called source. So that is why we want to build that connection. We want to build the feeling and the field of light within and extending it outward so that this tube of light, which is your mode of communication, your mode of transportation, if we will, through your Merkaba and many other things which have been shared. So this I am presence is the I am which you call upon when you say the words I am. It is that piece of your consciousness, your wholeness of soul, which understands that it is not the personality of this embodiment or of any other shape or form it might have played within. It is that which is the accumulation and the entirety of your whole being. It is often referred to as the mighty I am presence because there is nothing more powerful, more whole for you than to recognize this part of your being. So we have shared a decree that you may have heard or seen before, and we will share that briefly with you, and if you so choose, you can ask for our beloved vessel, Katar, to share that with you in printed form or in a form that you can print for yourself and use as a prayerful intention from moment to moment as you so choose. And so just feel the power and the presence of this as you close your eyes and put your energetic light to your inner vision, feeling the pulsing of your heart and the pulsing of light and life through your body. Feel and see within this cord of light. Sometimes it has been seen by others, and which has been called the silver cord, that which is the energetic cord that connects your body here with source, and it is that and more. So however you want to visualize that, if you so are able to, just feel into the love, into the light that you are. And as I say these words, feel their power. Mighty I Am Presence, I call upon this mighty I Am Presence. Mighty I Am Presence, enfold these bodies, fill these bodies. Mighty I Am Presence, unify all that is within my world and all worlds. Mighty I Am Presence, radiate, 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 that I might be a presence in this world, but not of this world. Mighty I Am Presence, glorify all that is. I decree that I am one with Father, Mother, God. As I am, so it is. Feel the resonance of that sound and of those words. Feel as your light within and beyond might have shifted and grown more vividly, powerfully felt and seen. This is not a tool to make you more powerful than the darkness, because there is no such thing as darkness except by illusions and creations which are held in fears and angers and resentments and limited belief. So this is calling upon this. Yes, it is protection from the energetic results of life for the moments that you sustain your belief and your experience with it. Mighty I Am Presence, enfold these bodies, fill these bodies. Mighty I Am Presence, mighty I Am Presence. Unify all that is within my world and all worlds. Mighty I Am Presence, radiate, 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 that I might be a presence in this world, but not of this world. Mighty I Am Presence, glorify all that is. I decree that I am one with Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Some have made religion out of believing there is only one entity, one demonstration of this mighty presence. We know, and you know, those are called upon as hopeful reunions and possibilities of your own expression. There is no only one son or daughter of the divine. There is infinite expressions. There can never be one Buddha. Buddha is not just a man, it is a consciousness. All emblems of this power and light in any religion or any spiritual path are your reflections and your reminder that you have access to all. Infinite wisdom, infinite knowledge, infinite peace, infinite joy, infinite love in its many, many words and demonstrations of itself. So, and as I declare that I am, all light indeed, this is my power statement of claiming the I Am presence in your presence. And it does lend itself to the iambic pentameter playground that I am comfortable in at times. Well, what will you do with this? There's nothing to do with it. It's being it, being in the alignment of this. That you walk in this path of light on earth that opens up before you. You walk upon this path of light in the journeys wherever you are, which shows itself to you, draws itself to you. You cannot move forward without light moving toward you as well. It is then the communion of your presence with the infinite. Some have sought, and we so decree it is true, that when you set clear intention and you make any step forward to meet that intention, that goal, that intention presents itself very quickly to you. It meets you where you are. So, in a practical way, one step, one step, one step. One foot in front of the next, and the next. One stroke, just keep swimming. It is there for your holiness that we give this message to. Your personality, your ego self, all that you might name the more limited presence you experience in your humanity. All of that is being addressed with this. It is when only those limited mind, thoughts, ideas, beliefs about who you are and what the life really is about, that you find yourself in struggle, in pain, emotional pain that does not move through you. It stays stuck until you are ready to shift from holding on to that to what's possible beyond it. So yes, the masters walk with you as you call upon any of the identities you have enjoyed of the masters and the angels. We are all present with you, supporting, guiding, loving, putting the hand out to help you make that next step into wherever your path is showing. We're not doing it for you, ever. Putting your hand in the hand of spirit, whatever the name you call that, is a trust that is received and loved more than you might know. And that doesn't mean you surrender your power, your choices, your presence. You grow in consciousness in your forms to realize your true source, your true essence of being. Perhaps you have had times in your physical life where you have understood that in part, and you began to wear that like a badge of achievement. You know, in your own mind, where you think, I know who I am, I'm light, I'm love, I'm this, I'm that, and then boom, your life crashes in some way, partly because you were not in the presence of all that is in your life, but only on this mythological notion of who your God being is and how sacredly protected you are. These mythologies are important, and they heal. They heal you, and you heal those mythologies into expanded awareness, bigger truth. Some have read the transcribed discourses that I might have shared with some of my beloveds in past history on the earthly realm. And I wish to say that it's not that they are not true, they are true. They were the essence, remembered, recorded, realized as my words. But many of those words were remembered through the vehicle who only could interpret those messages based on the structures and beliefs and ideas that were present in those moments. So don't say this to discourage you from ever reading or studying or having a feeling of affiliation and appreciation for the I Am discourses. And to know that receive them as a part of the echo of humans' pathway, and receive of them what is valid and true for you in the now moment. To interpret our message, for example, that in the ascended realms we have a purpose to stamp out communism. Not entirely the way that message was given, and not entirely the way we intended it to be received. And here is where the limitation is. It is not that we say, oh, yay, communism is exactly the thing humanity wants and needs, and we support it. We say, from that perspective and that timing, that for communism to have its foothold, it only can grab onto those places of the inner being, which holds the fear and the judgment. And so what we would desire in the ascended realm is to assist humanity to move through all of that, to transmute and transform life from within, so that there is no more enemy without that you need worry or be in fear of. It is about that part of your God presence, the I Am presence, that is the zone, the space, the consciousness, which allows for things like communism, as it might have been said in many, many decades ago. It allows for all of that as its perfect role in demonstrating for humanity's choices how to heal from within and how to heal in the activities you choose outwardly. We could find other words to say similar things about the so-called messy evils that are running amok on your planet these days. And I'm using the words of human thinking. Mighty I Am presence, enfold these bodies, fill these bodies. Mighty I Am presence, unify all that is within my world and all worlds. Hear these words. It doesn't say get rid of the things which are evil and not good. It says unify. Things will transmute, things will shift, things will become a perfect blend and a perfect balance of the energy of creation when you are not holding on to separation, illusions, fears, and all the other emotional entanglements that those bring about. So we remind you of this tool along with the tools we have shared of the violet flame and transmuting, of Archangel Michael's gift of the sword of truth, and of all the other tools which have been given, so that you might feel that in any moment you have some aspect of prayerfulness, mindfulness, reunion with the realm of light to heal and transform wherever you are into more than you ever realized you were. God I Am, God Thou art. Goddess I Am, Goddess Thou art. You see, the words are interchangeable and they mean many things, but all that is embraces all that is. Namaste, beloveds. So Daryl will, if he has not done so, put comments about things that are coming up for us next in our sharings. Coming back from my journey, I do not have a feeling of finding words, I suppose. Reach out to us if you have questions or needs that we might serve in supporting in any way. I think that's about it, because my wholeness is like, whoa, I can't fit it into my body and my mouth right now. Thank you for being with us today. Until the next moment we can share, and know that you're in my heart. Have a beautiful day.